it's recording. Perfect. Alright, gonna send out the ping and wait for everyone to float right in. Also, I'm gonna join the little stream PC. Ooh, perfect. Okay, now I just gotta open the game, but I'm streaming before I get the game ready because I'm waiting for people to join anyway. Who I'm waiting to join? Well, the answer is nobody in particular. I'm actually just waiting for anyone to join because, truth is, this is a public Lesbians Day. Anyone can join. If you want, you can come join right now. If you go to the Discord server, you can see me in the public VC, stream VC, for the streams, and you can join it. And I'll be streaming there as well, and you'll be able to talk on a stream, and most importantly, help me voice act some of these damn characters. Of course, only do so if you'd like. And, well, it's not required. It would be really nice of you to, if you decide to do it, continue watching the stream in the background. Well, watching in quotation marks. I really just want to get the viewership up, you know what I mean? Not required, just, I would appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, let's get this lesbian party started. Even if I am the only one here. That's perfectly fine with me. Oh boy. Ow, ow, ow. Wow, that's loud. That's better. Okay, now let's see here. Ooh, spicy music, spicy music. I recognize these two girls. Okay, so let me just get you caught up on the nice little thing called Three Lesbians in a Barrow, and its prequel game, which I also played on stream, The Testimony of Trixie Smith. So basically, these two girls, Trixie on the right and I don't remember on the left, they were into an adventure where they found The King in Yellow, a cursed script that was supposed to bring about the end of the world and makes anyone who reads it mad. And, well, I got on stream the bad ending where I had to, where the main character, Trixie, which I was playing as, had to kill the other one, which I still don't remember. Nikita. Oh, right, it's Nikita. I think it's Nikita. Yeah, so the deer's name is Nikita. Where she had to kill Nikita in order for her to not summon the King in Yellow. I later replayed the game where I was able to, through some better choice making, save her and prove to her that actually I was supposed to become the heir to the throne of the throne of gold or whatever. But I didn't want it, so I decided not to get it. So that is our two first lesbians, which already had an adventure with extremely cursed objects and spirits involved. Trixie and Nikita, and the middle one is a new one, which we haven't seen before. And I am very excited, because this game is going to rule. Just based on the title, Three Lesbians in a Barrow, what an incredible game title, seriously. Whew. I can't wait. I don't know about you, but I am absolutely ready. I'm still not entirely convinced you didn't let me join your archaeology studies group because I have those nice plastic binders Professor like. Nikita, we chose to have you in our group because we thought you'd be a valuable asset to the team. You're a very talented essay writer. I thought you took pity on her because no one else would go with her. No. We voted, remember? We both chose her. I mean, I vetoed.
You abstained, Trixie. That's not the same as veto. Nikita got 100% of the cast votes.
I don't need your sympathy. I work better alone. There's less dead weight.
Well, you're with us, Nikita, so let's try to work together.
Uh-huh, sure. You two can do whatever it is you do when you work, and I'll put my earplugs in and do the important stuff.
Oh, come on, Nikita. You might enjoy our company if you just try.
I've had quite enough of Trixie's company already during the summer. And as for you, your competition.
And are you really still upset about me competing with you for student presidency?
Upset? Me? Never. Anyway, we should get to work. We need to write up our observations about this Barrow as soon as possible, or we'll miss the last bus home.
This is so pointless. Can't we just look this place up in the Barrow book or on the internet like normal people?
It's called the Barrow Census, Trixie, and if you'd have been paying attention, you'd know full well half the Bluebridge Downs Barrows are basically recorded only as far as they exist. It is our duty as
we aren't archaeologists.
It is our duty as students studying, among other things, archaeology, to help document this place and to get some vital experience in runic translating, observation, and record-keeping skills.
Uh-huh. Yep, and we should probably get on with that instead of arguing, right, girls?
Quite.
Do you think it's weird that the Barrow census that lists this place as sealed? It looks pretty open to me.
A misprint, most likely.
I agree, Robert.
Or a ghost?
No.
A misprint. I did account for this when I filled in my health and safety analysis, so legally we are allowed to go inside. In the pursuit of knowledge, safety is never guaranteed.
You were meant to fill these forms out?
Trixie Glimmer Smith, if we lose marks because you neglected to fill your paperwork, I will fucking end you.
Be nice, Nikita. It'll be fine. The carvings next to the door look like a good place to start a report. They might tell us who was buried here. Yeah, good thinking, Tabby.
Oh my, listening all three of these characters is really hell in my throat. I gotta drink some water.
The writing looks like South Anglian runic, right?
Trixie, please, that is definitely South Anglian runic. Tabithia, you did the required reading Bessie Flopsmore's or South Anglian Runic for Clever Girls 1971 edition by Bessie Flopsmore, correct?
Oh, well, not yet. I've been really busy with this week with my sheep rescue charity work. Sorry, Nikita. I have it with me, though. Don't worry.
My God, she's hot. They're all hot. You didn't read it before coming here? You two are useless.
Hey, calm down, Nikita. Jeez, look at how short it is.
It won't take long.
It won't take long. I'll start reading it now, then I can work out what these runes say.
Yep, there it is. Tabby can investigate various objects. Ooh, really? That is fascinating. I think there's only 3 objects on this frame anyway. Read. Oh boy, okay. Translation in the field, some tips.
I'll read this part later.
Okay. Introduction and Basic Translation Guide.
Part 1, an Introduction and Basic Translation Guide.
Sure.
That seemed to cover most of the basic stuff. Identify simple runes, the alphabet system, word guides. I should be able to translate those runes now.
This looks like it could be the name of the barrow, but someone's carved over it. This looks like it might be a warning of some kind. Read.
This tablet looks like it names the barrow, but someone seems to have vandalized the original text. This place was originally called Fogsbane Barrow. The second set of runes say Rot Prison. It looks like it was carved into the stone much later than the first name. Strange. Very odd. What do you two think of this?
That's pretty weird. I don't really like the sound of Rot Prison.
That does sound like your bedroom, Trixie. That sounds like your bedroom, Trixie. I thought you might feel at home.
Very nice, you two. My God, they're all gay. They're all so gay. I'm gonna read part 2. Maybe I can read part 3. Nope. I'll read this part later. Oh, okay. I'm not allowed to get further on my translation. Alright.
Take heed, those who enter this place. Do not enter this place to begin with, for inside lurks an evil unmatched. The gloom of this barrow is the domain of rot, of decay, of malevolence. Leave it be, for if left undisturbed, the world remains safe. Caw-caw! Or caw-caw! Remain outside, for inside this tomb is death. Beware Everett Dime Dust. Beware the immoral warlock.
Yikes, sis. That's a note for me. Shut the fuck up, Trixie. It's a warning. That's pretty spooky. That's a lot of these old barrows have them though. They're just to scare off grave robbers and stuff. You two don't need to act so scared. They just wrote those to scare people off. I just said... Let's get a move on. We don't have all day.
Oh, action left 0. Okay. Click the continue button to finish investigating. Oh.
Huh. Hold on. This place is fucking creepy. No, it isn't. It's all made up. We should explore the interior. It would make for some excellent writing. We'd be getting firsts on this report for sure.
So, listen, you say this was made up or whatever, but during the summer, you very much did supernatural stuff with Trixie. What are you talking about?
I agree. It's probably full of really interesting stuff, as long as we don't catch corpse rot from any of the skeletons. Trixie, promise not to dodge any skeletons, okay?
Why are you singling me out with that? Anyway, I'm not sure if I want to go inside the fucked up rot tomb. It sounds like a good way to get cursed or, I don't know, trapped inside when the ceiling falls in.
I spent a lot of time in barrows during the witching season. They can be surprisingly sturdy.
That's weird.
You're weird, Tabitha. Oh, come on, be brave, Trixie. I'll be there with you, and so will Akita.
Only if I don't have to hold her hand.
I really don't want you to hold my hand, Akita.
Oh God, they're so gay.
Good, I don't want to hold your hand either, Smith. Let's take a look inside.
This is definitely more of an interactive game than the previous one.
Whoa, it's so musty in here. It looks like this is the entrance chamber. I mean, obviously. That must be the burial chamber through that doorway.
It looks like they used the room to record the life of whoever lived here. Although, look at this. The original runes seems to have been scraped away or replaced with new ones. The second row too, though that looks like totally different writing to the top row.
This place seems to have had a strange story, huh? How would someone write over the original runes? Did they make a mistake originally? I suppose erasers don't really work when you're carving into stone. Maybe they recycled the barrel, put someone new in it, and had to rewrite everything?
And the second row?
I'm not sure. This is very strange.
Hey, check this out. It's like a special thing.
That looks like a bird weaving to me, Trixie. It's in surprisingly good condition, too. They must have preserved it in special oils or something.
Wow. Shame none of us know how to read it.
We spent months learning to read bird weavings last year, Trixie. Professor Petter's class, remember?
I don't think I turned up to any of those.
I continue to be impressed with your ability to stop you from being thrown out of university, Trixie, though I must admit that even with my generous abilities, it can be a strain.
Hey, I'm not making you bail me out. You just know if I wasn't there, you'd... you'd have no one to be a bitch to.
Be nice, Trixie. I'm sure Nikita values your company as a friend.
Aw, she's blushing.
As for the weaving, I can read it easily enough, even if it is a little worse for wear.
The weaving speaks of an arcane ritual that shall seal this rock prison. It was weaved in haste to protect us from the Everest time dust. Pray that it shall not be needed again. But if, by some tragedy it is, you must follow these instructions before it is too late. Speak those sounds and words. Bree, scree, verp, verp, be sealed away, ye monster, be sealed away, ye rot. Commanded thou are by those who fought you. Indecipherable. Though they who first weaved this ritual, the indecipherable, first united us three. Deloigne Defteye, he who first forced you into retreat. Breewood, Cracked Antler, and Indecipherable, united in their duty to rid the world of your evil. Indecipherable, Dust and Indecipherable, the elements who you have defied. Bree, caw, scree, verp, caw. Flap your wings thrice, and the ritual is complete. Good work, my friend, caw. Why are they weaving the caws into the fucking thing? What? It's a spell.
You're right, Trixie. It sounds like a spell. Half of a spell, you mean. Some of it was missing. I mean, sure, but it was pretty interesting.
It's pretty spooky, though. It was all about stealing something evil away. I rot, I guess, whatever that means. It must be why this is the rot prison.
Yeah, scary.
You two are cowards. I'm going to look around in the burial chamber. Don't kiss any dead skeletons. This isn't your weird smut, Trixie. No one actually kisses skeletons.
Have fun.
Look at all these runes, though. We're going to have our work cut out reading them.
Especially since they seem kind of damaged and messy. A lot of it seems to be regional dialect, too, which is a pain. But nothing too difficult.
Maybe it'll tell us what all that stuff about sealing away evil was about. I can't help but notice there aren't any skeletons back here. In the Barrow, where skeletons are supposed to be kept.
Be kept?
That's kind of objectifying, Nikita. Those are dead people you're talking about. Emphasis on the dead, Trixie. Skeletons are objects, and those ones are missing.
I guess this place did get a grave robbed at some point. Scary. I hope they don't come back.
To the empty pit in the ground? I doubt it, Tabitha.
Maybe the dead skeletons went for a walk. The vengeful dead.
Trixie finished fiddling with something on the ground. As she marched back over to me, she clumsily kicked a small rock, which spun gracefully through the air and struck a large stone door at the Barrow. The large, apparently incredibly precariously held open stone door of the Barrow. What?
What's that? A door. Yes, okay. That's not good.
Did Trixie seriously just steal us in here with her clumsiness?
What? Fuck off, Nikita. There's no way that rock did that. It was a coincidence.
Then maybe the wind blew the rock over.
The wind, Trixie, blowing a stone door closed.
Maybe, like, if it... friction? No?
No, Trixie, I'm pretty sure it was just your fault.
Poor Trixie. Tabitha, allow me. Trixie, that was 100% your fuck-up, as usual.
Be nice.
Hey, maybe it's not Trixie's fault. Maybe it was magic? My psychic crystal certainly feels strange, like a bad day. I hope this isn't anything magical. I've had more than enough magical experiences with you recently, Nikita.
You've had magical experience with Nikita?
No, sorry, I think I misspoke.
Oh, okay.
I guess they're not talking about it, huh? Look, Nikita, could we have a quiet word about summer? Tracy started to march over to the burial chamber, but Nikita was still poking about. No. You don't think we should get our story straight? As she stormed towards the apparently skeletonless burial chamber, Trixie clumsily kicked a small rock which spun gracefully through the air and struck the ceiling of the barrow just in front of the doorway separating us from Nikita. The apparently incredibly poorly constructed ceiling of the barrow. Okay, maybe it is maybe it is Trixie's fault.
Oops.
Trixie Glimmer Smith. Ah! see her through the rubble, but the sound of Nikita's foot stamping on the ground echoed through the barrow. Stomp, stomp, stomp. It wasn't hard to guess she was imagining Trixie's face under her boots. Oh, great. I'm in for it now. Are you fucking serious, Trixie? You complete cretin. Gah! Why does everything you do fuck me over? First that book, then kicking that rock, now this, kicking another rock. You better find a way to get me out of this so I can break your fucking legs. Jeez, I'm sorry, Nikita. It's not like I meant to trap you in there. Though, I did kind of like that I did. Girls, can you two not fight, please? This incredibly contrived situation is serious. Oh, thanks for piping up, little Miss Sanctimatious. You okay in there, Nikita? Can you see anything? No, not really. It's dark. Crap. There's a lot of rubble. Whoever built this place was really depending on the ceiling not being hit by any small pebbles. Look, don't worry, Nikita. We'll get out of here and get some help. Trixie can come help me Trixie, come help me get this door open. Tappy, my upper body strength is pretty poor. I'm not sure I'll be much use. Just try. Trixie was right. She wasn't much help. The large rock door would not budge more than an inch. It's too heavy. We nearly got it moving. We might just need a little more strength. If only Nikita hadn't accidentally trapped behind that tree. Excuse me? So we're trapped here until you dig me out. Well, fortunately for all of us, I wrote that this was a possibility when I filled out the off-site health and safety form, so we shan't be losing any marks. Nice one. Thank you ahead, as usual, Nikita. That really helps us out, Nikita. Thanks. No problem. We're going to have to dig Nikita out. Then we can use teamwork to get that door open. Dig? Like lift rocks? With my hands? Tappy, I struggled to pick up my backpack. How am I supposed to pick up rocks? You saw how weak I was when I pushed the door. I mean, I'll help too, Trixie. We can take turns. It probably won't take too long. We can be out of here in maybe a day or two. A day or two? 2 days? Tabitha, I'm not running away in this pit for almost a week because of Trixie. Sorry, 2 days is almost a week? You two better get digging. I am so glad I brought a copy of the dictionary with me. Yes, very normal thing to do. Read the dictionary. Nikita, 2 days is not almost a week. Don't try to kill Trixie. Seeing you in a tomb was an accident. A happy one. Look, you can dig from your side, Nikita. It won't take too long to get you out of here. Me? I didn't make this mess. I'm not digging Trixie out of her holes anymore. In this case, literally. Nikita, come on. You're seriously going to extend the amount of time you have to sit in the dark here by yourself just to spite Trixie? Yes. This is her mess. She has to clean it up like a good girl. I cleaned up your mess during the summer, Nikita. No. Besides, one of the rocks hit me when it fell. My hand hurts. Slightly. Fine, Nikita. I kind of wish I'd read that notepaper I found before we got trapped in here. Just in case it's a warning to us to leave immediately, you know? Not that the big warning literally covered in the stone outside stopped us. Notepaper? That's not the correct accent. Notepaper? Oh, I forgot to mention it, huh? Hey, look, I was going to, but they were kind of preoccupied with the whole catastrophic cave-in situation. I didn't think it was a random piece of paper was that important. Look, you can read it now, Tabby, if you want. I'll have a peek. Blood drought? How? That was the question that led me to this place. How? I was so young. What cruel force deemed this fate necessary? What evil had put this decay to my veins? Blood rot, a disease so rare it took the doctors almost a year to diagnose. A disease that isn't found outside the few unsubmerged separate ruins remaining atop the rocky islands. Blood drought. How? It wasn't long before I snapped out of my pointless depression. How I had gotten this disease so it was irrelevant. How I would escape it was the only question worth my time now. I had so much still to give to this world. My academic work couldn't be left incomplete. There are few enough studying the old legends of that cult without me disappearing from the field. Though there were moments where I wondered if perhaps these very studies that had led to my damnation. Moments were thankfully few enough and quickly forgotten. and my life so cruelly cut short. I had not yet glimpsed into the azure seas of Hawaii, the sunken temples of America, the crater of ash, fumes, and lava at the heart of Siberia. There had to be some way to avoid this fate. I recalled a tale, an ancient legend, an immortal warlock in the mists. I needed to understand. Could such a figure be real? Desperately I searched for the information, but there was none. No traditional history book spoke of him as more than childish legend. But there was one person who could help, a servant of the moon, so the story said. Only they could get me the information I needed in one of their many forbidden tomes. It took some time to meet this figure. I remained skeptical of their claims of lunar servitude, but they were helpful nonetheless. The book they delivered to me was a horrific thing. I refused to read most of it, burning the pages until only those that seemed relevant to me were left. Everett Time Dust was real. I was sure of this fact by the time my reading was complete. He was alive, yet sealed forever in the Barrow he had made his home. The Barrow's location, however, was unclear. The day I finished my reading, I coughed up black blood, ruining the few pages I still held on to. My time was running out.
This paper looks pretty new. It can't have been left here for more than a month or two. Scary. Goodness, I don't like where this is going. Yikes, it's kind of sad, though. It must be really scary finding out you're sick. Seriously, I can't imagine what I'd do in that situation. They spoke about releasing an immortal warlock from this place, the one the warning spoke about. You don't think they succeeded, do you? I hope not. Goodness, maybe that spell could be just what we need right now. If only it wasn't so badly damaged. You two are such babies. They probably just heard the same silly story the warning was about. It's all nonsense. I wish I could be as certain about that as you are, Nikita. This looks like the only page. Unless... Is there any more of this in there with you, Nikita? It sounds important. There might be. There might be. There are 2 more pages in here. I'm not giving you to them, though. Not until you get me out of here, though. Out of here. What? Look, no offense, you two, but you'll be more motivated to get me out of here if there's a treat in it for you. Think of it as like teaching a pet to behave. You're such a jerk, Nikita. Yeah, besides, we're digging you out anyway. We need you to help us get that door open, remember? Fine, I'll let you out the next page if you to behave and get rid of most of this trouble. This is so demeaning. You like it. You like it, really, Smith. I know your type. I don't like this. I just feel like this whole situation is unnatural. You heard what that diary page said, right? I can't shake the feeling that there must be something more going on here. And these runes, the spell, if this place really is cursed or whatever, it might be the only way we are getting out of here alive. She might have a point. It isn't that unbelievable, Nikita. You remember, you know. No, you don't. I'm not sitting here dying from lack of oxygen while you two read silly war stories and silly bird spells. Get digging. But, Nikita, don't you think maybe this is the kind of situation where silly war stories are reality? No. Dig me out. Fine. I'll dig you out. Jeez. Me and Trixie can take it in turns. I'll go first. That way I can just get it over with. And because I can just move all the small rocks around the edges. Sure thing. I'll look around the room. Ooh. Eyes in the dark. What is that? That's just page 1. Part 1. Introduction to the South Anglia during the Copper Age. Part 2. The Copper Wars. Yeah, the Copper Wars and the Imperial Invasion. No. Fuck Nikita. She can go fuck herself. Oh, yeah, I already read this. Part 1 and... Yeah, alright, let's do part 2. Yeah. This guide is pretty dry. There's some interesting stuff in here. Spirals symbolize the strange, the arcane of the evil. That's pretty much true across all ancient languages. Sheep have spirals on their front hoof. It's why some people are so mean to them. Not me, though. I love our woolly friends. These runes are full of odd markings which change the meaning of the symbols, but it looks like this guide covers both of them. I should be able to read some of the more complex stuff now.
I mean, I kind of want to read the last translation part. Sure, fuck it.
Huh, this is pretty useful. It's all about identifying and reading runes when they are damaged. That should help you read some of the more badly damaged runes.
Does that mean I can... Probably not. Well...
I think I need a break for now.
Fair enough.
I don't like this place. Rat prison. Blah! Horrible.
Yeah, this place is freaky. I mean, there's runes and stuff. None of it seems positive. It's creepy.
Can we focus on just, taking me out of here so I can help you two pathetic weaklings open the door?
Look, we can't both dig. Too many cooks and all that,
I'll have you out soon. I promise. We'll have you out soon. I promise, Nikita. There's nothing to worry about.
I hope. How long does it take to die from starvation? I start to feel hungry from about 10 minutes after I last coughed a high sugar snack. So I'm guessing, like, a day?
Are you serious, Trixie?
You're not going to starve from not eating a snack for a whole day, you fucking fool.
Nikita, be nice. You'll be fine, Trixie. It takes weeks to starve.
I think.
You'll all be home in bed eating snacks by then. In my bed? What? Our own beds, I would imagine, unless you have a sleepover.
Oh. My God. They're all so gay. I love it so much. Such a gay lesbian, such a gay homosexual gay.
I hope you gays are enjoying this as much as I gay. I made some sandwiches. I suppose we could share those. They won't last long, though. What about you two? Do you have enough rations?
I probably have enough toffee millet bars, biscuits, and tea to last over a week if I'm conservative, which of course I endeavor to always be. I packed enough junk food for like 2 days.
That's great, you two. I told you things aren't so bleak.
Yeah, so... I ate my snacks already on the bus here. Fucking seriously, you're not having any of mine.
Oh, Trixie. I can split mine.
No, Tabby, let her perish. She brought this onto herself. Then again, I don't want us to automatically pass just because Trixie starves. I don't accept participation trophies. Fine, you can have some of mine, but I get dibs on the nice stuff. Nikita managed to pass some biscuits through a gap in the debris. It was pretty impressive, considering how thick the rubble was. Naturally, Trixie immediately scoffed them down. Did she just... Tipithia, did she just eat all of her rations?
Yep, looks like it.
What? The girl's got a crunch. That was supposed to last you until we escaped, Trixie, you bumbling idiot. Oh, sorry, can I have some more? No, not until you actually start wasting away. You've proven how you can't be trusted with snacks. Well, I can't. Can I have some of your tea at least? These biscuits were kind of dry. You know what? Fine, Trixie. If it stops you whining, have some tea. After a moment of silence, some lukewarm tea trickled out of under the rubble like a little stream. Oh, Nikita, it's all over the floor. Oh, believe me, it was intentional. You can lap it up if you want.
Jeez, Nikita, are you getting off on this? Nikita, Trixie, please stop being mean to each other. I can't handle this level of hostility right now. If we're going to be trapped together for a few days, let's try to get along.
Hey, I mean, Nikita is trapped separately. I'm actually pretty tempted to drink that tea.
Don't drink that, sweetie. It's steam juice now.
Oh, okay.
Look, it's been a long day. We're all kind of tired, and 2/3 of us are grumpy. Maybe we should take a nap for the night, and then we can get to digging tomorrow.
You seriously going to sleep instead of helping me?
Hey, you're the one refusing to dig.
Fuck you, Smith.
What's the plan then, Tabby? Bedtime?
I mean,
I don't know about cheap chicks, but I'm not that sleepy. I guess we can just talk for a while. How'd that sound, Nikita?
Awful. I think I might die. Hey, so you mentioned having a sleepover earlier, Tabby. I mean, this is kind of like a sleepover. We could... I haven't actually been to a girly sleepover before. What do you do on one?
Oh, I know. Tell scary stories. That's what they do in films. Spooky stories are fun, especially at night. Yeah, I love spooky stories. They're all like, they're all I read except, they're all I read except smut about monsters and ghosts. They're basically all I read. I don't like spooky stories. They're made up. What's the point of a made-up story? It's art, Nikita. You probably wouldn't understand. Trixie, do you have any spooky story to tell? Yeah, you love them. Oh, I mean, sure I do. I was thinking, though, maybe instead of a spooky story, we could play a game. I've been playing Fungeons and Dungeons with my gay friends. It's pretty fun. And I can remember, like, most of the rules. Oh, exciting. I love that game. We can use the dice app on my phone. What do you think, Nikita? Are you up for it? Isn't that a nerd game about swords? Wait, hold on. If you're having fun, why don't you call someone? No. Yes. It's very fun. I think you'd enjoy it, Nikita. My character is Glimmer Spark, the rat thief, but I guess I'll be the Fungeon mistress today. I'll play as my sheep-link psyker, Aurora Mooneye. I think I already told you all about them before, Trixie. Sure, they sounded super cool. Nikita, what do you want your character's name to be? Nikita. Nikita, you're allowed to use your imagination, you know. In fact, it's encouraged. My character's name is Nikita. Niketa. Nikita. You know what? That's good enough. She is a dear. She's a scholar. I put all her skills points into, what are the intelligence skills? Intelligence, I suppose, and library use. Definitely not charisma in your case. I put all her skills into those. She wears my clothes, but middle-aged style. You're really stepping out of your comfort zone here, Nikita. This guy was so fucking funny, I can't. Thank you. Let's start. On your journey through the wild lands of Angmar, you met me, a sullen farmer. Hail, farmer, what hast thou so glum? She shakes her head sadly. A great evil hunts this land this here land, and there is naught that us common folk can do to end it. For a were-sheep prowls these fields, prey on our flock, our children and our gems. That is sad news to hear. Thou, strange. This is ridiculous. How can you pretend to be magic wizard or whatever? You just make up sentences. What does that even mean? Nikita, it's okay to feel awkward first. You just need to get into it. Why does her character have a Scottish accent anyway? I didn't even know he could do those. It's my backwards yokel voice. I usually use it to make fun of you behind your back. Fuck. God. I want to keep voice acting, but it's just so funny I can't stop laughing. Just follow my lead, Nikita. Good farmer, fear not. For me and my companion Nikita shall put an end to this foul creature. Yes, I will slay the gremlin? I forgot what was happening. Were-sheep. Yes, that. Oh, thank you, strangers, but beware, the were-sheep is dangerous, just lest we could devour the two other adventurers who had set out to exorcise it. I pray that you shall not be so unfortunate. Fear not, my friend. We are no hapless adventurers. Oh, thank you, kind travelers. You had best watch out, nonetheless. Blood-frenzied beasts are not to be underestimated, and this beast is more blood-frenzied than most. No, it isn't, Trixie. It isn't real, you silly girl. Can my character just go to the library instead and write that essay we have due next week? Oh, I suppose. Could you say that in character? My character goes to the library to write that essay we have due next week. Could you roll for library use, please? Tabby, roll for your library use for me. I rolled a pair of dice on my phone. Nikita got a pretty low result, but her library use scale was so high it didn't really matter. You passed.
Okay, so you successfully complete your essay. Well done, Nikita. Nikita. Thank you, Trixie. You know what, Tabby? Maybe you can play another time. I don't think this is really working out. Sure, Trixie. I probably wouldn't be wasting my phone's battery anyway. Did you have fun, Nikita? Yes. Yay! So, what's next on the sleepover agenda? Rock fight! No. I don't take part in fights willy-nilly. My ear still hurts after that one I got into last year. Oh, poor Nikita. I always forget about your ear. But you should see the other girl. I had to assert my library dominance somehow. Violence isn't the answer, Nikita. Oh dear. Violence won't always get you what you want, Nikita. It has so far. Jeez, I never thought I'd say this, but being trapped in a moldy tome is kind of boring. Would you expect a cafe, a gift shop, some free Class A drugs? Barrows aren't famous for a wide range of activities, Trixie. If there were some skeletons, we could play xylophone with their rib cages.
Fuck.
Put all the teeth together in a bag and use them as maracas. Good thinking, Trix.
Why are you two so obsessed with touching skeletons? It's weird. I don't like it. Skeletons are best ignored.
We could start a band. 3 lesbians in a barrel.
I'm technically bi. I kind of like boys. In theory. I'm not even a lesbian. I'm an academic.
I don't think those are mutually exclusive, Nikita.
I'm an academic with lesbian characteristics.
I'm not sure one lesbian, one bisexual, and one
Academic with lesbian characteristics in a barrel is what fit on a shirt. Oh, God.
I suppose 3 lesbians in a barrel does work better, huh?
I don't want a shirt. I never even agreed to forming a band. You don't even play an instrument, Trixie.
She plays you like a fiddle.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? Let's not form a band. Oh, I'd like to be in a band with you, Tabby.
Or a club, or a gang.
Anything, really. You're like fun to hang out with and stuff. Ah, thanks, Trixie. I like hanging out with you, too. It's a shame we didn't start spending time together until recently. I was worried you might be lonely. I'd worried you might be lonely last year. I didn't want to pressure you into socializing is all.
I made some friends during summer.
Like Nikita?
No, not me.
No, some grown-ups.
Well, they have jobs, which basically makes them grown-ups. Not like us, trapped forever in a big girl school.
Right.
We should hang out more. We should hang out more, though. You're super cool, and it's fun hanging out with you. Besides the whole trapped in a barrel part. That part sucks. You know what? I'm putting my earbuds in. I'm going to sleep. I'm not listening to Trixie try to flirt anymore.
I'm not. Good night, Nikita. Shout if you need us for anything, okay?
Whatever. God, they're so gay. I can't.
I worry about that girl. It's like she forces herself to be prickly.
You can say a bitch.
I don't call the people that, Trixie, and don't be so hard on her. She isn't so bad. She just struggles with other people. She holds herself to impossibly high standards, and if she doesn't have complete control of everything, she worries she'll never meet them. She doesn't have total control over other people, so she gets nervous and feels a need to prove herself better than them. I wish I could get her to open up and feel more secure.
Huh. Or she's just naturally horrible and gets off on having power.
Tsk. I know you two had your breakup or whatever. Try not to hold that against her.
Wait, we had a what? Excuse me, but what the fuck? What the... Excuse me, but that what fuck, Tabithia? Me and Trixie have not had a breakup. There was never anything to break up.
Yeah, there was anything to break up. Nikita, didn't she go to sleep?
I may have pretended to go to sleep so I could listen in and see if you two talked about me behind my back. As usual, my paranoia has been vindicated.
It's just you two keep being real coy about Summer. I kind of assumed maybe you two had a thing, which would be totally okay, cute even.
Well, we didn't. Stop asking about it. It's in the past now. Me and Trixie, we are nothing to each other. Certainly, she is nothing to me.
Dang, Nikita, that would probably would have really hurt if I didn't feel the same way about you. Girls, please.
I want to go to sleep.
Then go to sleep, Nikita.
I shall.
No sparring this time.
Fine, I shall put my earbuds in for real this time.
Good night, Nikita.
Good night, Tabithia. Trixie. We sat in silence for some time as Nikita settled into sleep. As much as I enjoyed her company, I was glad for some peace, and her and Trixie were exhausting to spend time with.
Nikita, you gonna sleep for real this time?
I hope so. I want to make fun of her new student presidency leaflets.
If she was awake, she would have yelled at you by now. That was a clever Trixie tricks.
I mean, that was genuine. Oh.
Anything, the usual stuff?
She refers to herself as a benevolent dictator, but not without wrath.
Oh.
3 times. In the About Me section.
I mean, that doesn't really surprise me.
It's not that surprising I don't get on with her. She doesn't make it easy.
You really don't try.
Hey, I feel like I'm kind of justified to be rude to her because, she's kind of a jerk to me. And, she tried to kill me a few months back, so I feel I'm justified in being a little bitchy with her.
She tried to what?
I meant metaphorically, with insults.
I probably should have phrased that better. I'm just really tired. What can I say? I'm a rat.
No, I meant she was just super mean to me a while back, more so than a normal, a real jerk.
Aww. Trixie, I've been looking at you a lot recently, since we started hanging out, I mean.
Oh, God. That's so gay.
What?
Why?
Not in a creepy way, it's just... At first I couldn't quite work out what was enamoring of me, so, but I just realized. Are those your estradiol patches on your ear?
Oh.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, faithful and little chicks, I call them.
I was just wondering because, well, usually people put them on their hips or their butt or waist or whatever. You do know that, right, Trixie? Those are meant to go below your waist?
What? I knew that. No, see, it's fine. My doctor says it's fine. He's a trained professional. He said I have to. I'm a rat. I have rat needs. Ears. I have rat ears. They say the ears are the hips of the rats. It's true. I don't think it is. Yep.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. You're an interesting rat, Trixie.
What? You think?
Sure, I love learning about my friends.
Friends?
Sure, we hang out a bunch, right?
I suppose we do, which is cool. I kind of wanted to be friends with you all last year. But I was always scared to ask. I assumed you'd not want anything to do with me until you asked me to be your partner in archaeology class. Which was nice.
What did you think? I didn't want anything to do with you. We messaged each other loads, remember?
Actually, that's a good question. You're clever, cool, caring, and pretty. You have all these great qualities. You're kind of inspirational. I even picked this shirt because it matches your fur dye. I'm just kind of a boring loser. I smell kind of funny too, I think. You smell... Try not to lash onto me too hard, Trixie. Absolutely fucking not. These gay nerds are getting together tonight.
You smell normal, Trixie. You smell normal, Trixie. And I'm sure that's not true. I bet there's lots of interesting stuff about you. You just haven't spoken to me about your life much.
Huh, I mean, maybe. It's kind of a long, grey story, though.
Well, we're trapped in a barrow for goodness how long.
Goodness knows how long.
So I'd say there's no time like the present.
Huh. Well, I suppose the first defining moment of my life was when I was hospitalized because I'd eaten 10 kilograms of sand. Excuse me? So yeah, it turns out I'm actually very horny for monsters.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing.
Can we pretend I didn't say that?
Yes, let's. Are you okay, Trixie? You're shivering.
Oh, I'm fine. It's just gotten kind of cold in here.
It has, hasn't it? Brr.
That's weird. It was pretty warm in here earlier. Maybe we should get close. Did you hear that?
Yeah?
What the
Nikita? Is that you? Is everything okay in there? It stopped. Nikita, you okay? Ah, it's so silly, earplugs. She can't hear us. I'm sure she's fine. She was probably just rolling about in her sleep. Poor girl is probably stressed. Let's get some sleep. We have another busy day tomorrow. Yeah. Good night, Tabby. Sleep well, Trix.
Oh my. Hello? Can you hear me?
Ah! Ah! Nikita, you woke us up. Yelling at this time in the morning, the nerve. How the heck are you somehow more shrill than my alarm clock? So you do have finished making out with each other yet? What? No, we haven't. Nikita, are you alright?
Huh? What? Tabithia? Trixie, I'm fine. What are you on about?
There were noises in there while you were asleep. Didn't you hear them?
I was wearing military-grade earplugs, Tabithia. Of course I didn't hear anything.
But there was something in there with you. It sounded like something walking around.
Oh. That. Okay, look, don't tell anyone about this, but sometimes at night
Oh, jeez, I don't want to know where this is going.
I get up and wander about. I once wrote an entire essay about the 1300s Damascus art in my sleep. I didn't even study for it. It wasn't actual assigned work. My subconscious just did it for fun, I guess.
Oh, I suppose that would explain the noises. You sounded pretty frisky, though.
I sometimes dance as well.
Oh.
Oh. Fuck you both.
Hey, there's no judgment here, Nikita. What happens in the Barrow stays in the Barrow. I sometimes speak in my sleep. I tell prophecies. None of them have come true yet, but that doesn't mean they're wrong. I mostly just have nightmares when I'm naked in a shopping center and everyone is looking at me and I'm crying and shoveling sand into my mouth.
What is this Trixie eating sand?
No one asked, Trixie. Dreams can be pathetic too, Trixie.
Fuck, I hope Trixie's dream isn't.
Reminds me, did you two sleep okay? Yeah. Did you two sleep okay? I sure didn't. I had the most horrible dreams. Though, weirdly, I don't actually remember any of them. I guess this creepy place is getting to me. Or perhaps it's lunar interference. There's been a lot of that recently, especially around Wilted Rose Lake. That place sucks. My friend Belle took me there in the summer. I had bad dreams.
Let's not talk about it.
Oh no. Sending good vibes your way. I had bad dreams too. Can I get some vibes? Some good ones, sure.
Shit, I didn't take my HRT words with me. I'm going to take a finasteride tablet every morning. And I need to change my patches. I haven't missed estrogen dosage in months. What happens? Will I die, turn into a boy with my tail fall off? I should have paid more attention to the doctor.
You won't die from missing a day or two off HRT, Trixie. Don't worry. At most, you'll just feel kind of shitty.
Oh, I mean, I'm used to that.
I'll let you use some of my anti-androgens, but I didn't pack any either. What a dummy I am.
You think that's bad? I forgot to bring extra chewing gum with me.
Gum? Nikita, I offered you some gum last year and you got all weird and told me gum was a dirty habit for dirty people, and then you got snarled at me.
Times change, Nikita. Ever since I read the kit... As of recent, I have been driven low. I've started chewing gum to help me deal with my stress.
Well, it's good that you're looking after your mental health.
At least you haven't been drinking to drink. Yet. Though if I don't find anything to chew on soon... Well, it doesn't bear thinking about. Anyway, you two better get to work digging me out. Chop chop. Literally, in Trixie's case, if she keeps slacking. Alright, well, I read the entire thing, so... There's probably nothing new I can glean from that, so let's read this. Everett Dimedest, a name soon to be wrought with blood. I have, through my own determination, intelligence, and will, become akin to a god. I write this in the knowledge that my transformation is nearing its end. My long journey through the arcane is finally close to bearing fruit. For indeed I have become the greatest terror ever known to this land, and when my powers are finally at their zenith, the world.
This guy sounds nice. What a weirdo.
Screw digging. I'm gonna totally freaking get together with Trixie and we're gonna have hot gay sex while Nikita's not watching. What is it, though? The eyes in the dark.
That looks like some kind of fucked up villain origin story. This is about birds, but not really, probably not in a good way, since it was about. Also looks like it's about theft. This looks like it's more evil boasting. This looks like the beginning of some kind of story. It has the same writing style as the Ruin Outside. This looks like an introduction to Ever at Time Trust. This looks like it tells the story of a great battle. Scary. This looks like it describes the defeat of Ever at Time Dust. Let's read this one. Fool! Wicked trespasser! Did you not heed any of my warning? To enter this place is madness. Please, I beg of you, read what I say here. Heed my words. Listen to this tale and understand that this barrow contains a darkness that must not be meddled with. This is a tale of friendships forged from enemies, a tale of excitement and horror, a tale of defeat of the rotten one, ever at time dust. I feel first I must thank the stone smith of the Daffodil clan, Rockbane Petalflick, for his help carving these words. I fear this would take too long if I use my beak alone. Caw! The events of this tale took place during a time of great stifle in Anglia. War, mistrust, and deceit ruled all, and terrible darkness haunted the land. It is to the pact forger, Moss Thistle Berryspark of the cracked Antler clan that we owe those writings. Indeed, our lives. Caw! I'm doing such a bad job at reading these. I'm sorry. Caw! For without them we had fought among ourselves until the rotten one consumed us all. While they could claim to be only to be a simple hunter, they slew their wicked and foolish clan leader, Valir Fogsbane, with a well-placed arrow, and led their clan into battle against the rotten one. None survived save Moss Thistle. But from her loss they gained a new treasure, resolved in a thirst for vengeance. When they marched into the Daffodil Hell and demanded audience with Deloin Defteye, leader of the Daffodil clan, many thought that they would be slain as an enemy. Instead, they returned from this tent with Deloin's loyalty. Some say there was a bribe that brought Defteye to the pact, but I knew them. I knew it was the maddened, ringed eyes of Moss Thistle that had shown Deloin the importance of defeating Everott. Last of all, there was a third member of this pact. He was me, the cultivated Corrid. Caw! I admit that when Deloin and Moss Thistle turned up at our humble roost begging our leader, the wise Raven, for help, I was shocked. Had two of the clans really put aside their differences? They spoke of the Rotten One, whose misdeeds and evil had spread in whispers even to us. Indeed, we now realize it was he who had stolen our ancient spells some time ago. We were disgusted at the corruption of our magic, which was only meant with good, so it took little to convince us to help. I, the most well-travelled and most well-versed in the arcane, left the flock to avenge our weavings. And united together in our righteous fury, we set forth to defend our homes from the evil which resides in this dark tomb. This bird is awfully verbose for someone dictating a message left carved in stone.
Yeah, seriously, what the heck?
Phew. This is hard work. How are you doing, Nikita?
Shit. Ah! I'm so bored. I brought a book with me, but I'm not really in the mood to read.
It's too dark anyway. My eyesight's pretty crummy. Too much time online, I guess. Maybe I'll give it a read. Is that okay, Trixie?
Sure.
Hey, we could start a book club. A group of just us two. That might be fun. Gosh, it is pretty boring here, huh? I'll have to do something extra fun once we're out to make up for it. Goodness knows what, though.
What about, Tabby, how would you like to hang out with someone? We could maybe go get milk shake together.
Was that you trying to ask me out on a date?
What? No. No, of course not. I mean, no way. I just meant as a friend, going on a friend trip with my friend to the milkshake place.
I mean, it's okay if it was.
Okay then, milkshake date with me, Trixie. Would you like to? I mean, if you want to, don't feel like pressured.
Trixie, it's fine. What's the harm in it?
Are you okay, Trixie? You sound like you're hyperventilating. I'm fine. Sorry. I've never gone on a date before. I don't even know if I enjoy them.
Only one way to find out.
I wish that Kevin had killed me. God, they're so fucking gay. Oh my god. Fuck. I don't know if I have it in me to continue. Like it takes so much from me, you know. I can't handle the gay.
Well, I'm glad you two are having fun in there. Don't worry about me sitting here by myself.
As usual.
Aw, you okay, Nikita? It's okay if you want to spend time with your friends.
I don't have any friends. I know that. You know that full well, Miss Knight.
You've got us, right, Trix?
I really don't.
You can come with us and get a milkshake if you'd like. Once we get out of here, I mean. If Trixie doesn't mind, that is.
Nikita? On our date? I mean, I suppose if you want her to. It would be a disaster, though. You know what we're like.
Aw, Trixie, I'm sure it would be fun.
No way. I'm going to sleep.
Have a nice nap, Nikita.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when you wake up, you'll feel up perfect shape.
I doubt it. Wait, did it just get cold in here? Am I actually dying? If you two are the only people around in my deathbed, I'm going to be really pissed off.
It has gotten cold. Oh no, remember last night? It's fine, Trixie. It was probably just cold outside.
Well, I don't like it. You two need to go jam your clothes under the door or something.
I'm not taking my clothes off for you, Nikita. Go cuddle a rock or something. Are you okay in there, Nikita? Nikita? Miss Perovskia?
Since when did you call Nikita by her surname?
I thought you might like it. She always calls me Tabithia or Miss Knight. Tabithia or Miss Knight, right?
I don't like this, Tabby.
No, me neither.
Are you okay, Trixie?
You're shaking.
I'm shivering. I don't like the cold. Also, I'm super frightened. Would you like a hug?
Oh, sweetie, would you like a hug?
No. I don't really do hugs. Sorry.
No worries, as long as you're okay.
I'm kinda not, but I appreciate the offer. You know, I hate to say it, but I hope Nikita is okay.
I'm sure she's fine. She's tough. She can look after herself.
I don't hear anything.
Hey, Nikita, what's happening?
Oh, this isn't good. There was something in here, in with me. I think it was him, Everett. Please, just get me the fuck out of here, you two. Go with your stupid date, I promise. Just get me out.
Wait, I never agreed to that.
Now! Please, I'm actually scared. You know how hard it is for me to admit that.
We should take Idiot out. This is serious. It might be too late for that. I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like that spell might be the only way to buy us enough time to say Nikita.
A spell? Fuck spells. Stop wasting time. Just dig with your hands.
You both know there's something weird going on here. The runes, the warning outside, the notepaper. This place is evil. We need to use a spell. There might not be any time for anything else. You heard what Nikita said. Someone was in here. Tell me you believe me. The spell is real. Ever time dust is real. I believe you.
I thought I was done with this crap.
You really need to tell me what happened during the summer, Trixie.
Right now? I mean, it's kind of a long story. Lots of bad pacing, plot holes, and boring scenes that just kind of meander around and don't really go anywhere. And some of the dialogue, phew, it was pretty clunky. Not that this is any better. Hey, game dev. I am having the time of my fucking life playing this game and the other game. It's so gay, and I love it so goddamn much.
I didn't mean right this second. We need to focus on getting out of here.
Right, of course. With Nikita, you mean?
Obviously with Nikita. This might be my last chance to gather any information that might help us cast that spell. I better make it count.
Defeat of... Okay, let's look at the defeat. Follow him. This might be my own our only chance to purge this darkness. Deloigne shouted at me, his fur around his wound falling from his body as his skin melted into pus. I knew I would not be seeing him again. With a small bow, I launched myself into the blinding mists and followed Everett. It was not far. We had suspected Everett might reside in one of the barrows here, but it might have taken months to search them all. It surprised me to see how mundane the barrow he had chosen was. We might have even overlooked it had we searched blind. Caca! I snuck quietly along the floor, hidden at first in the mist, and then in the gloom of the barrow. I had arrived just in time to see Everett disappear into wall, not through a door or a tunnel, but through the stone itself. I had seen such trickery before. A hidden portal on the side of a tree in the woods, enchanted with some kind of magic. It led all the way to some faraway jungle. I wanted nothing to do with it. Caca! Lest the bird-eating lizards of the east got me. I flapped back to the battlefield. Mercifully, it was only a short distance away. Shoot. Moss Thistle had rallied the survivors of the battle. The sun had been sent to the mists and to hunt down some of the escaped abominations. Moss Thistle himself was sent joining one such hunting party until I arrived with my tidings. We returned to this place, and it was here I set about weaving my spell. I was spelled to trap the evil inside that wall forever. With Moss Thistle's help, I used my best spell weaving skills, and with a flash of light, the spell was complete. Everett was defeated, and here he remains, trapped inside the wall. Trapped inside wherever he had created on the other side forever. Assuming no one lifts the spell, that is. Caca! Please don't. When the Daffodil Clan hunting parties never returned, Moss Thistle chose to dedicate their life to ridding the downs of Everest's surviving thralls. I regret to say I have not seen them since, though I feel they still live. For a while I left the place behind me, but I choose now, at the waning of the days of my life, to write this message in case someone is fool enough to ignore my warning outside. I am the cultivated Corvid. Thank you for reading my tale. Bree! Now leave, before it is too late.
Uh-oh, I guess that didn't work out after all. I hope that bird spell still works.
Yeah, same.
Creepy. Spells are made-up words. Stop messing about and help me.
Well, shit. Introduction. I don't want the introduction. Oh, right. This is actually something I already read, so it's not important. I don't want to read any of this. I don't know if I want to read any of that. Look like some kind of fucked up villain origin story. Okay, look. So let's look at what's indecipherable. They who first weaved this ritual. I have a feeling I'm not successful. Let's do the birds one. Those unbearable birds know nothing of the true power of the arcane, content as they are to merely sit atop their weavings, using them for prophesizing, a fool's errand. Why prophesize for the future when you can forge it? Posing as a humble traveler, I was given an uneasy welcome at Kaka Tree. It seemed my presence unsettled the birds, but the bird whisper imagines and nothing if not greedy, and these were no different. A few offerings, pointless trinkets from the great plateau were enough to keep them from turning me away. They whispered small and ultimately meaningless secrets into my ear, and I nodded along, playing them my grateful guest. That night, when they slept, I was able to make off with their weavings. It seemed the respect the clans showed the birds, even when the enemies had left them passive. It seems the respect the clans showed the birds, even when the enemies had left them passive as foolish. The weavings were practically out in the open, and only a few watchbirds hopped around the roost. No longer having a soul has its perks. If I was not really there, I was a shadow hidden amongst the shadows. I should imagine there was quite an uproar in the roost when dawn broke, but I was long gone by then. Those poor birds. Poor Nikita, more like. Get out of here, for fuck's sake. I don't know if I have that much time left to read stuff. A fucked up villain origin story. Is that useful? Okay, so fucked up evil origin story, introduction to Everett, or Great Battle. Actually, I think there's also this one. This looks like more evil boasting. Alright, well. Let's do the fucked up evil origin story. Fear, the darkest of elements. It was that which consumed me, when the healer found the decay growing in my heart and seeping through my veins. The dreaded crimson blight was upon me. Shunned and exiled, I was forced into the wilds where I could not spread the sickness. Valier Fogsbane was not a clan leader known for his kindness. It was this moment that set me on this path. In my exile, I traveled south, finding myself in the woods. Whether by chance or by some calling, I stumbled upon the most miraculous thing, a rotting tree whose bark was doorway to a jungle far away. I found myself atop what I now know to be the Great Plateau, deep in the jungles of Oceania. It was here I found the dreaded tablets of the defanged prophet amongst the ruins of that great snake city, Gtholgthis. Tragically, however, when I passed back through the portal, something, I know not what, struck me out at me from the jungle, and a great claw mark was carved into the rock. Still, enough of the tablet remained illegible that I could start my experiments, my journeys into ancient blood magic. It was these journeys that made me the immortal being that I am today, though as I soon found out, there were limits to this. What use is immortality without power? The snake tablets had served me well. My original purpose was met, but there was more. I could become a god. I made this place my domain, and I had found by pure chance the Barrow belonging to Fogsbane's father. It seemed all too right to make it the birthplace of my vengeance. At first I resided in the only existing chambers of this Barrow, but I would later pass beyond the walls of this place to somewhere hidden. I mused one night on my predicament, how to obtain the power I sought so viciously, how to take my revenge on these worthless lands. I traced my finger along the ridge of the crow skull that I had been using as part of the immortality ritual. My mind stewed in thoughts of the power that lay, written in a twig and grass, only a day's travel away. It was clear to me now that birds could be more use to me than mere props.
Fear, isn't that one of the missing elements from the spell? That might be useful.
More evil boasting. Let's do that. With those weavings in my grasp, I returned here and set about my evolution. Like those creatures so long ago that bird legends say became as mammals now, I changed into something new. All the powers of the arcane were mine. With but a thought, I can strike out at my enemies. With every death, I grow stronger. I write this not for anyone else. This message hewn into the stone of this forgotten place is a marker, a reminder to myself for where I began and why I must fight. For yes, exiled and left to die by my clan, I seek nothing but vengeance. It is my right to become this wicked world's retribution. With each day I grow wiser. I understand more of the great beyond. I become more than living. This tomb is the genesis of that rule. When my body is perfection, all shall tremble. And the clan that cast me out shall tremble most of all.
Oh gosh, I really hope Nikita doesn't have to meet this monster again. Maybe if you get digging, I won't have to.
How do I have this much time? Jeez. Right, this is what I already read. Read this already. Oh, I didn't read this. And I didn't read this. Read this already. Okay, let's see. Introduction to Everett Time Dust. Or the Great Battle. Let's do the Great Battle. We marched to the Blue Domes, to the field where the cracked Antler clan had fallen. and the bodies were long gone. Damn it, why do I keep doing that? Moss Thistle put on a grave face, but I could tell they knew we would be seeing them again very soon. We felt something around us. Our presence had been sensed. Defensive positions, yelled Delian. The time had come. Were the famously skilled warriors of the Daffodil clan enough to defeat this terrible evil? The mists closed in around us, while the downs were always misty. These seemed different somehow, unnatural, and the stench, they stunk of decay. Everett and his abominations were upon us. Caw-caw! His host of horrors charged from the mist, turning from blurred silhouettes to glistening fleshy fiends in seconds. The swords and spears of the clan met them, and the ferocious battle in amongst the grave markers of the Mal's long-dead ancestor began. It was up to me to flap above the field and give my allies a bird's-eye view of the battle, but the poor visibility didn't make this easy. Where I could, I plunged from the sky, my copper-tipped beak extender pointed at the soft eyes of our enemies. Caw-caw! Blinded! Blood! But then I saw him, Everett, stood atop a fallen stone, watching over the carnage, seemingly sure of his victory. Caw-caw! Bree! Skirt! I shouted. The call to arms for Delwyn. The rotten one must have heard me, for with a clench of his fist, some painful force plucked me out of the sky like a hatchling's rag toy. I hit the ground in front of him, dazed and confused. Skirt! There are none who can save you, little bird, Everett said, his jaw unmoving, half fallen from his face as it was. He raised his cruel weapon, and I feared it was the end. If it were not for Delwyn, well, Bree, I would be toasted bread. Toasted bread, that is. His glorious sword, the daffodil petal, cleaved Everett and Time Dust's face clean off. With a terrible screech, he swung away from me, giving me time to get my bearings and fly into the air to recover. Caw-caw! The horrific, near-faceless figure flashed out wildly at Delwyn, striking him in the chest with a rotten spear. Delwyn crumpled onto the floor with pain, and the villain fled. It seemed now he realized the danger he was in, for I had spent some time enchanting the daffodil petal. Everett's strength was dragged into it and trapped, leaving him weak. Sadly, or perhaps for the best, the sheer power that had coursed to the blade had been its end. He had shattered into dust.
That sounds pretty scary.
Sure does. Let's read that. Sure, why not? I have put it off long enough. I speak now of the one who dwells in this place, the one we defeated, the one that killed my friend, the dreaded Everett Time Dust. It is he we united to destroy, an evil warlock who seeks only power and unending life. Bree! A defiler of the elements and a terrible blight to our land. Speak as though he remains alive, and yet claim he is undefeated. Well, this shall be explained shortly. Wait. I speak as though he remains alive, and claim he is defeated. Though this should be explained shortly. Everett sought endless life at any cost. He had performed upon himself wicked experiments and frightful corrupted bird spells. And twisted spells they were. His body was to warp and break. Mending itself was damaged, never dying, but only becoming more broken. And yet none could best him in a battle, for around him was an aura of evil, of sickness, of wrongness. To confront him was to look upon death and feel its claws in your brain. Alongside him walked the deceased, victims of his foul experiments, now bent to his will. His weapon, a pointed staff known as the Rotten Spear, was poison to all who met his cruel point. Some say it was the poison of a great serpent, its fangs still venomous long after its death. Others say it was Everett's own blood. This I choose to believe. No natural creature, living or dead, could produce such an evil liquid. As the battles between Blue Hills clans waged on, Time Dust struck out. The settlement after settlement was slain, or worse, vanished to become victims of his twisted arcane experiments. Travelers moving along the northern roads told maddened stories of a dead army lurking in the mists, but none would seek out the source of this evil. None dared to explore the misty hills, where strange figures are said to have hidden between the stones. None, that is, until Moss Thistle. Though, as I have already explained, this had come at a terrible cost.
Moss Thistle sounds pretty brave. I think there might be reference in that spell. Stop messing around with spells and help me. I'm missing out the spells with spells to help you. You're so ungrateful, Nikita.
Alright, that's it. That's all I have.
I don't want to waste any more time. You could have fooled me. I'm sure I pieced together enough information to cast that spell. Just give me a moment to compose myself. I don't think you have a moment. It's getting cold again. Hurry. Stay calm, Nikita. I've got this. I hope. Bree, scree, verp. Be sealed away, you monster. Be sealed away, you rot. Commanded you are by those who fought you. The cultivated corvid, though they who first weave this ritual. Must thistleberry spark, they who first united us three. Dull-loin deft eye, he who first forced you into retreat. The Daffodil Clan. Breewood, Crackdantiller, and the Daffodil Clan united in their duty to rid the world of your evil. Time, dust, and fear, the elements who you have defied. And now for the last part of the spell. Geez, this is going to be embarrassing. Bree, caw, scree, caw. I flapped my arms 3 times. Not quite wings, but they didn't have much to work with on that front. I have to admit I was glad Nikita wasn't there to see it. There. Did it work? It feels different. It's less cold, that's for sure. And I feel all tingly, like how a twinkling star would probably feel. I think it worked.
Nice, I'm epic.
Wow, I cast a spell. Neat.
Right, cool. Get digging.
I think we've done it.
There's a gap. I think I can crawl through.
Hurry.
Don't look.
I don't think your prize is that important right now, but fine.
Tabithia? Trixie?
Nikita, nice to see you.
Let's go, please.
I hope you can get the door open. The rest will have been a waste of time.
And we'll die, Trixie.
Don't threaten me with a good time. The door's pretty heavy. We're going to need work together to get it open. And let's face it, we have 2 wimpy trans girls and Nikita. We aren't exactly powerlifters.
What do you mean, and Nikita?
Just get pushing.
Huh, we didn't all die.
We didn't. Nice work, girls.
Can we get out of here, please?
Let's. So, Nikita, do you owe someone a thank you?
Thank you, Tabithia. And you, Smith. I'm glad you didn't leave me in there. I actually kind of thought you might, so when it got cold again, thank you for saving me.
What? Why would we leave you?
I mean, you both basically hate me.
No, we don't. I know we have our arguments, but you're our friend, Nikita. No, I definitely hate her. Can we get out of here? You know that's not true, Trixie. Nikita, ignore her. She's just stressed out and being a jerk. It's kind of sad we never got to read the rest of those notes. I kind of wanted to know how they ended.
I think we can guess, Trixie.
I totally forgotten about that in all the excitement.
Look, if I said you two dug me out without mucking around reading silly stories, you could read it, and you didn't. Wait, look, if you two dug me out without mucking around reading silly stories, you could read it, and you didn't.
Those silly stories saved your life, Nikita.
You didn't obey orders. If this was your great war, I'd have you shot for disobedience.
Geez, I wish we could have left you in there.
Be nice, Smith.
Sorry, Nikita. Aw, I'm glad you apologized, Trixie. You've been quite rude to Nikita.
Hey, I've been under a lot of stress. I was trapped in a haunted barrow. You've been under a lot of stress?
Look, the important thing is that we're all okay. You escaped the evil rat prison from no worse for wear. Good job, girls. I definitely feel worse for wear. Same, I feel like crap. I want my hormones and some surgery chemicals. Sugary chemicals. Well, let's all get ourselves back to university. And then we can get organizing our group date. You said you wanted to come, right, Nikita? When you were yelling at us to take you out, I mean. Oh, fuck, did I say that? I don't want to go on a date with you two. I don't want her to go on a date with us two. I mean, you don't have to, Nikita. What? No, fuck off. You said I could. Okay, well, I suppose you can then. Is that okay, Trixie? I suppose so, if she behaves. I always behave. Come on, girls, let's get home. Is that it? Yeah, the end. So what time do you want to come back here tomorrow? Oh, what? Come back here? Why would we ever want to do that? I think we've had enough of this place. What? Are you too serious? We never finished writing our coursework notes. We'll just make sure not to get trapped inside this time. Good for you, Nikita. What a good game. It was definitely a lot shorter than the previous one. Let me see if I can look at the little at the actual store page, because it is on itch.io. So let's see. Yep. Uncover the past, dig through rubble, and procrastinate. There are 3 ways to escape the Barrow, with minor twists on each. Okay, that's kind of cool. I love this, but Trixie, please don't eat sand. This is a fucking incredible comment. Thank you, Cybernetic Squid. Anyway, yeah, lovely game. A lot shorter than the previous one, but still fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I fucking love these characters to bits. Like, they are amazing. And I only wish I could see the date scene. Obviously there are other routes, but honestly, even if it was a short stream, like about an hour and a half, I think it was, I think this is a fantastic way to stop. Point to stop. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So, thank you all very much for watching. If anyone did watch, that is. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Maybe next time you can even join me in voice acting stuff. So, I love y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Have a good night. Bye.